my due date today. I went to sleep and then he dropped. Is this gonna be the start of my birth vlog? I don't have any fear, I actually have excitement. Drop cloths from Aldi. Continuing my life, and I cried. I don't know, you're just like, when? It is my due date today. Crazy. And I'm so grateful that the baby is not born today. Many people want their babies to be born on their due date, or like think it's cool, but today is Halloween and I don't want my baby's birthday to be on Halloween. So yeah, I'm glad it didn't come today, because today I did a lot. I hung out with my mom. We went to a cafe, and it was a like local cafe that opened up recently. So we checked it out, and the drinks that they served were so good. But yeah, it was so nice to like hang out with my mom on my due date. It was kind of fun. Every time like we would talk to someone, my mom would be like, "Oh, it's my daughter's due date today." It was kind of nice to like get out of the house, because being on maternity leave for the last 2 weeks, I've been like in the house a bit, so it's nice to like go out with someone. I'm happy for him to come on the 1st of November or the 2nd, totally fine beyond this date. And I really don't want him to come on the 8th of November, which is my birthday. So those are my prayer points. But I have a prayer list, and I thought I'd share this. I was umming and ahhing whether I wanted to make a prayer list, or like almost a goals list or expectations, because everyone says go in with an open mind, anything can happen, all that sort of stuff. And I was like, yeah, and I was a bit uneasy with that response. Everything I do in life, I pray specific prayers. Why the most pivotal, probably intense stages of life, it's like a big change, and I'm not praying specific prayers because I'm fearful of being like hung up to like this plan. And I was like, no, that's not like me, and that's not what I think God wants me to do. So I then wrote a list, and I was like, if God's gonna get the glory in my birth and just the overall process, like I need to have specific prayers. I need to write these prayers down, because I'm gonna forget all like the miracles and the things that I asked for if I don't write them down. So I can pop it on the screen, or yeah, maybe I might pop it on the screen so that maybe some other people can add this to their list. Birth prayers. Number 1, start labor after a good night's sleep. Start labor in the morning. Number 2, no tearing and good easy recovery. 3, no traffic when driving to the hospital. That's a big one, because we live about 25 minutes from the hospital, and if there's traffic, it's a long drive. Laboring at home will be enjoyable, and maybe not even knowing I'm in labor. Feels like not a long process. God's peace will be undeniable, and we will have complete joy throughout the whole process. Natural birth and no interventions. So like I don't want an induction or anything like that. Midwives to feel the presence of God too. Environment in hospital room to feel homey and safe. Amazing connection with my husband during labor and delivery and after. My body would naturally prepare itself so that the process would be smooth and easy. The birth would be quick yet easy to push him out without any hardship or tearing. The cord will not be wrapped around his neck. I will feel no pain during labor. God will reveal his name to us, and we will have a sense of peace knowing his name, because we don't know his name yet. We're getting there. We're narrowing it down. Actually, God has been narrowing it down for us, like pretty crazily. It's been a hard close doors on a few names that we really loved, and they've been like, the doors have been shut completely. So it mustn't be this baby's name. Yeah, I'm very surprised by that. So we're down to maybe 1, maybe 2. He will be in perfect position in the birth canal. His back won't be facing mine, but his head will be facing my back. Is that anterior or posterior? I don't know. There's one of the two. One of them's better. And the one where the baby is not back to back with you, apparently that causes like a lot of back pain. during labor, so I want his back to be to my front, so that, and he is in that position right now, so I'm praying that he just stays there, and he's in a really good position. His head's down. Number 16, no induction. Number 17, successful first breastfeed. Number 18, no tongue tie, which apparently babies can get like a tongue tie where I think like the tongue is like, the back of the tongue is like really, like the skin is attached or something like that, and therefore it's hard for them to breastfeed. It's common for them to not be able to like get milk and you're not realizing it. Apparently it's quite expensive to go get it fixed, so if you are in labor and you come out with a baby with tongue tie, ask the nurses to check, because apparently they do it for free when you're in the hospital. As soon as you leave that hospital, I think it's like 500 or something like that. And number 19, healthy, happy baby. Those are all our prayers. We've been praying them and sending them to our family and a couple of friends to pray for us and believe with us. It's going to be really cool after our birth, like to see how God answers all of that. Like that's going to be really cool to look back on. So I'm really happy I did that, and it's actually been really, really helpful for my mind to look at that list and be like, oh, this is what I'm speaking into my labor and delivery. And I feel so confident going into this. Honestly, like, I don't have any fear, I actually have excitement. And I've had this throughout my whole entire pregnancy. And I'm not saying that there hasn't been moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna push a baby out. Like, there's been moments like that have felt that, but then I'm like, oh no, actually, God built me to do this. I don't know, I just feel like women these days are so scared of birth. Honestly, like, fear is what creates pain. And if you are going in with no fear, oxytocin is like the #1 thing for birth to be like smooth sailing. If you're going in with fear, oxytocin is going to be limited. That's kind of my mindset. Like, yeah, I might have hardship. I might feel like, okay, this is difficult, but I'm not going to be like, no, I can't do this, because I can. You know, I was listening to a podcast and it was talking about our pain-free birth and how it's possible. In other non-Western societies, it's very common for them to not be fearful of birth, because I feel like Western society really has like a big stigma around birth, and so that has really affected a lot of women out there and potentially affected them from, or prolonging them from, wanting to even have children. But yes, happy due date, praying for a safe delivery. Oh, there's a couple people that have been messaging me. That's so sweet. That's my friend from church who messaged me that. Anyways, it's my due date today. We'll see when he comes. Hello. Today is the 2nd of November, so that's 2 days past my due date. I am still very much pregnant, but we are still making the most of the day. Michael is doing some yard work. He's cutting down some trees. I am making Christmas PJs for our little baby boy to match us. So Michael and I got some Christmas PJs like this, and I have one as well. They're all in the male size, so I'm gonna like cut it shorter to fit me, make the shorts look a little bit more girly as well. And then I need to make one for our baby boy out of a men's t-shirt. This is what I'm doing. Using his onesie. This is a size 0 to 3, so he should fit it. And then I'm going to cut it out, kind of just like follow the edges. I'll fold it in half though, because it will be more accurate, because it'll be the same on either side. Instead of having a zip, I will use the buttons that are already on here, and maybe I'll put extra, I don't know, and then use this little tiny part of the collar as his collar, and then not use this part. Yeah, it gives it the same look, but like a onesie version. I don't know, I thought that was a good idea. Hopefully it works. I'm gonna cut it out now, but I also don't know where half my sewing stuff is. I found these scissors. They are thread scissors, not fabric scissors. They still cut fabric, but it's just like smaller and harder to use. I don't have any pins either, but I found my sewing machine and I found some green thread. Luckily, matches very, very well. So I'm gonna use that. we'll see how it turns out. I was thinking of making him like pants and shorts like what we're wearing, but I thought it'd be so much easier to just cut out a whole onesie because I have the shape of it, and I think it would be just much easier. So, I have a few signs to share that I could be going to labor. I guess this could be the start of my birth vlog, whether I give birth today or tomorrow. I'm getting excited, and I don't know if I should get excited. So, I need to get comfortable. Let me get in my ball. Last night, I think I woke up at, well, for the last like maybe 5 days, like roughly less than a week, I've been like pooing a lot. And diarrhea is like a symptom of your body preparing itself for labor. And so I was just like keeping that in the back of my mind, but I was like, well, how long does this go for? Is it a week? Is it a day? I don't know. I've also been getting lots of like lightning crutch, which is where the baby probably is like moving around down there and it's like sharp pains sort of thing suddenly. I've been getting that for the last like 5 weeks, but this last week I've been getting it a lot more often. But I brought it down to the fact that every time I would go for a walk, I would get lightning crutch after. I've been extra emotional recently, and I have not had an emotional pregnancy whatsoever, but I've been crying a lot more, and I think that could be due to the fact that like it's frustrating waiting because I'm 4 days overdue. But I've been given 2 due dates. So the 31st was the first due date that I got given. Well, not really. They give you like one in your early ultrasounds, and then they like get it more accurate, and then it was accurately the 31st. And then I went and talked to my midwife, and she was saying that the hospital does it differently or counts it differently. And she said, you're due the 2nd of November. So she was like, basically you get to pick which one is your due date. Miles, do you have to be munching that right here? And so I was like, oh, I've been telling everyone the 31st, so I don't really want to just suddenly change it, so maybe I'll keep it the 31st. She said I would advise that you tell the hospital otherwise that you want to keep it at the 2nd. She said that because then they'll be more lenient with me if I do go extremely overdue. So like they'll be a little bit more lenient on waiting for an induction. Whereas if I kept it at the 31st, then they'll be like a little bit more like, let's have an induction. If you haven't given birth before, it's when like they basically force labor to happen with a synthetic hormone or something. But I don't want that to happen because that usually means you get a longer labor, just less natural. Things can happen. I just want him to come when he's ready, and I don't want to force anything. All to say is I got another sign. Last night I went to bed probably feeling very defeated, because it's like, okay, it's 4 days past my due date, because you always think like, I don't know, you might be the lucky one that gives birth early, and I gave birth at 38. You could be giving birth soon. And then so you just have that in your mind for so long, because every mum tells you the time that they give birth was way earlier. It was good to hear some mums tell me, oh no, I gave birth at like 41 weeks or 42 weeks or whatever. So that's comforting to hear, because then you're like, okay, I'm not crazy. Last night I woke up, and I'm pretty sure probably like the early AMs, like maybe 2 AM or even midnight, because it's like that time of night where it's like really hot and still, and I woke up because I was very hot and I needed to go to the toilet. And I've only been doing this, like going to the toilet in the middle of the night for the last maybe the last month. So it was just a routine. I just get up, go to the toilet, and then I felt my belly. He's dropped. And everyone would say to me like, oh, has he dropped yet? Or, oh, you're definitely not giving birth yet, because, and it was all the older women, especially like random old ladies. Like I went to an op shop the other day and we were just shopping around, and she's like, you definitely have another week because you haven't dropped yet. And I was like, Why do people keep saying this? It's so annoying. Anyways, I didn't realize dropping was actually a thing. Because like, I don't know, some women experience it and some women don't. Which means they say that you can give birth any hour. Like labor can start any hour. It can be the next couple of days. So we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. Anyways, we'll see how we go. Hopefully I give birth soon. Crazy. Oh, I forgot to mention, last night I was feeling a little bit discouraged and I was like, that's it. I want this baby to come out because my birthday's on Friday and it's the 4th tomorrow. So I was like, I really want him to come out soon before my birthday. And so I went on the exercise ball and I did pelvic tilts and figure eights. And then I went to sleep and then he dropped. So I don't know. Like you can say, oh, it was because of the exercise ball or whatever. But that could have helped him drop. Don't know. Just thought I'd put it in there. Almost 41 weeks pregnant. I told myself before I got pregnant, tell yourself you're due at 42 weeks. But then what really got in my head was everyone telling me that they had their baby at 35 weeks, 36 weeks, 37 weeks, 38 weeks. Not many people were telling me, oh, I had my baby at 40 weeks or 40 plus weeks or whatever. And so I had in my head, surely he'll come early. Surely. And I knew I needed to not think like that. This is now the 3rd week that I haven't had work. And I'm kind of like, I've been in the stage of like, oh, the baby could come anytime. And I'm still doing things, like I'm still actually going out and doing things kind of like with my mom, but just like staying local. I did go paddleboarding at almost, I think I was 39 weeks I went paddleboarding, but Michael was doing the paddleboarding because we were doing it for his brother's birthday. That was kind of crazy. Mostly been staying close to home and in my house. And yesterday I literally had a mental breakdown because I was like, I went from busy, working a lot, house stuff, life's crazy, to every day I'm by myself, isolated in my home, waiting for a baby to arrive. And that really got to me. Yeah, yesterday. So I had 3 naps yesterday and I cried and I didn't know what to do. I don't know, you're just like, when are you gonna come? It could be a week, it could be hours, it could be a day. You don't know. And so you're forever in this waiting game. All that to say, this morning I've had a really nice morning. I cleaned up around the house, I vacuumed, put laundry on, made the bed, did like some things to make the environment feel really nice. It's only been 2 hours and I feel like I've done so much. So I feel really good. And now I want to do something for me and for the house. Something creative that I'm not looking at my phone. I'm thinking it'd be really cool. Recently, like there's not much light in our bedroom at all and I've got the camera to be a little bit brighter. But recently Michael cut down some trees that were blocking light from in our window and it's so nice to have light in here. These curtains here, they're not curtains, they're actually drop cloths from Aldi. We got them for $14.99, I'm pretty sure. The material is like really high quality, natural, thick material. And I was like, oh my gosh, this could be a curtain. And so I put it on here and I was like, that doesn't look too bad. I thought I can make a curtain out of this. But even better is the fact that it is already hemmed all the way around. So the only thing I need to do, add like a back paneling of a strip. I will show you. I will show you. This is my craft cupboard for now in our messy garage. This is where I put all my craft things. And then this is the rest of the stuff. I also got a Christmas tree, a family size Christmas tree, a 7-foot Christmas tree from Marketplace for $200. And I was really, really happy with it because it's a pre-lit one. So then that means we don't have to put lights on it. Hopefully I like it. We haven't set it up yet, so we'll set it up after the baby comes and after my birthday and all that sort of stuff. Like these loops, and they slide really, really well. They're made to slide really well on like your rod, and it makes the curtain have like that wave effect, so like luxe looking, and I can't wait to try it on these. So literally all I need to do is put this on and then like measure it to size and cut it at the top, and then I'll have like these beautiful big curtains. It's so annoying finding curtains that cover a window and like feel like expensive, because often the panel size is like this big and it's not very big and it only like just covers the window. Like I don't like that. I like it to look still flowy when it's shut. To find curtains out there and buy them like that, oh my gosh, they're so expensive. So let's see what we can do. So I've laid out the fabric. I'm going to cut it out. I've measured it to be the length I think. I hope my calculations are right. The tab part, I want there to be like a significant amount of fabric at the top of the rod. I don't want the rod to just be like finishing here. So I've added extra couple centimeters, probably about 5 centimeters, and we'll see. I can play with that length. Maybe it might be 2 centimeters above, 5 centimeters, depending on how well this sits and how weighted it brings it down. So, but I do need to pin it and then test it on the rod before sewing it, because the last thing I want it to do is it be too short or too long, and because the weight of the fabric will pull the fabric down. Okay, so I have measured from the top down of the fabric so that it will be accurate. So 88 centimeters down from the top, and then down there onwards is the length of the curtain. I've made these curtains to be 230 centimeters long with extra hemming room to be able to put this. I can't believe I'm doing this at almost 41 weeks pregnant. But I just want to do something. This sends me into labor. This will be it. I cut the curtain all the way along here. Now I've got all this excess fabric that I'll definitely use. That's the curtain cut. Now I have to work out where my pins are so I can pin that. Otherwise I can't really finish it today if I don't find my pins. I found the pins! Ah! They're in here in my little sewing caddy. I found it in a box. It was up on that like craft cabinet. So I'm gonna test the curtain on the curtain rod. I've pinned it. And then this will be the top part. I think it looks good. Okay, so I'm so glad that I tested it, because I'm pretty sure the curtain, oh, it's a bit bright, needs to be longer. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Wait, I'll show you. Can you see that? I mean, it's all pinned, it's not sewn, so it's not sitting exactly right, but oh my gosh, how how effortlessly beautiful that these are. That looks so good. So this is what I mean by like, it's hovering a bit, and I don't think I want it to hover. I think I want it to like touch the ground, like kiss the ground. Oh my gosh, they look so good. Wait, I need to walk back and see from afar, from the entrance of the room. Not bad. Oh my gosh, they look so luxury. Okay, I repinned it. I think we have our perfect length. It's just touching the floor. I like how it like sits on the floor a little bit. That's perfect. This still has that height. It's not as high, so I think it actually is perfect. So last night I sewed on the tabs. It's just sewed on like that, and then I'm going to fold that down and then fold it down again so it has that at the back, if that makes sense. And then that's all you see at the front. So now I need to iron it down. By the way, I still haven't given birth. And before I start ironing, I went to my midwife appointment, and that's why I didn't finish my curtains, and then I came home and I started sewing it. But I went to my appointment and I found out that our due date actually accurately was the 2nd of November, not the 31st of October. So that means I'm 40 weeks and 5 days pregnant. Now, I thought I was 41 weeks today, but I'm only 40 weeks and 5 days pregnant. So I'm not as overdue as I thought I was. Also, my birthday is tomorrow, and now I'm telling the baby, please don't come. It's your mummy's birthday tomorrow. Because selfishly, I don't want to share a birthday. I mean, I'll accept whenever he comes, but it would be nice to have my own birthday. So I'm hoping that he waits a little bit so that he's either born the next day or the day after. But yeah, but I also did book an induction date, which is the 14th of November. That's when they could do. So that will be when I am 41 weeks and 6 days. Technically, according to my new due date that I didn't realize about. Hey, baby boy.
I can't connect to the Wi-Fi network. You might want to check the connection settings in the Google Home app.
I'm not talking to you. I'm just continuing my life as if I'm not ready to give birth. And I'm really, really hoping he'll just come like on Sunday or something. Tomorrow's Friday, which is my birthday. It'd be nice if he came on Sunday. It's like 2 days away from my birthday. Maybe Monday, but also do I want to be pregnant that long? I don't know. We'll see. I'm leaving it up to God at this point. Also, I'm wearing the same outfit because I really don't have many options these days. Michael made me a birthday breakfast. I'm having a half breakfast. He's having a full breakfast. It's my birthday today. The baby is not here. Well, my hair looks crazy. I asked the lady to cut my fringe really short so that it could grow out as I have the baby, but it's annoying me how short it is. But oh well. Still pregnant, which is good because I told him to stay in me for my birthday so that I can have my birthday. And I'm also going out for breakfast with my family this morning, so Michael made me a small breakfast so I could still have breakfast with them. But this man made me breakfast this morning.
Yep. Before I go to work.
Yeah, before he goes to work.
Bridie usually makes me breakfast.
Yeah, I always make him breakfast, so it was nice just to get ready, and then he made breakfast.
Kilo for food. Bless Bridie on her birthday. She feels good today. Amen.
Amen. You made a quick, nice breakfast.
Yeah. Thought it was quick too.
Yeah. I am back home from the cafe. We were there from like 7:20 to 11:30. My mum had to leave earlier for work. That's why we went so early. But my brother Grant and my sister Amelia, we ended up staying for a while chatting. It was just so lovely. I really enjoyed my time in my morning. And I'm so glad I did it because I was almost not going to do anything for my birthday. Like go out because I didn't want to exhaust myself just in case I go into labor. But also I'm glad I did because, yeah, it was just so nice. And I was sitting down the whole time, but I went to the toilet literally 3 times in the time that I was there. And then my mom got me these flowers, which they match my dress like so well. I'm going to have a nap now and then wait for Michael to get home because he has some plans for us tonight. I think we're just going to go out to dinner locally, trying to keep it close to home just in case we go into labor. But hopefully this baby boy doesn't steal my birthday. If you do, I love you and it's okay. But I'm sure you don't want to share with your mum. I'm sure you don't. In honor of not wanting to go into labor suddenly, I am going to sit on the couch and do nothing and not let gravity let him come down. So I'm probably gonna watch a movie, to be honest. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I saw on a TikTok one time to cut up the middle of the stems. So then that way you get more water that like goes up more easily, so that the flowers last longer, which I thought was genius. Apparently florists do that. Oh no, 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 don't die. Okay. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. They're so pretty. Definitely need a taller vase. I need a taller vase. That is so not it. I can't reach it though. It's so far up there and I should not get on a step stool. This one? That one might be better for now. Ended up changing this one to be in this, even though it's too spread out. But I need to get Michael to get me the other vase, and this one's in here. Beautiful.